In Japan, age isn't what makes the body weak. It's the moment we slowly forget how to move the way we once did. The Japanese call this idea Seikatsu Undo, living movement, which means treating daily motion as a natural part of life. They don't need a gym or heavy workouts. Just slow walking, gentle bending, stretching, or climbing a few steps. These small, consistent movements keep their bodies flexible, their joints smooth, and their minds sharp even at 80 or 90 years old. Science shows that after age 50, what truly takes away our strength isn't aging, it's inactivity. So instead of searching for quick fixes, start with the simplest things. Stand up, breathe, move your body. Right finger if you agree that age doesn't limit movement, habits do. Drop a 1 in the comments to begin your daily transformation. Some mornings, you wake up and the first thing you feel isn't alertness. It's the heavy weight in your legs. As if they're carrying all the years you've lived. Getting out of bed suddenly feels like a small challenge. And for a moment you wonder, is my body really starting to slow down? But here's the surprising truth. Your body isn't slowing down. It's simply waiting for you to remind it how to move again. And that's when the Japanese philosophy of Sampo becomes more valuable than ever. Sampo isn't a workout. It's not a fitness challenge. For the Japanese, Sampo is the art of slow walking, a gentle rhythm designed to reconnect your body, your breath, and your mind. In a world where everyone rushes, walking fast to get to work, running to keep up with schedules, Sampo stands as a peaceful rebellion. Walk slowly, so you can feel deeply. The practice of Sampo starts simply, one soft step, then another, as if you're having a quiet conversation with your own body. The Japanese believe that every step carries a message of life. The contact of your foot with the ground, the subtle movement of your toes, the tiny shifts in your center of gravity, all of it sends signals to the brain, waking up the motor pathways that busy life has put to sleep. What makes Sampo special is its breathing pattern. They inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 more, then exhale slowly for 4 steps. This 2-2-4 rhythm isn't random. Japanese researchers found that it synchronizes the nervous system with the heartbeat, stabilizes blood pressure, and releases tension built up in the shoulders, neck, and chest. When you walk with this breath, your body isn't just moving, it's healing itself. Imagine a quiet morning, no phone buzzing, no pressure from work, just you, your breath, and the ground beneath your feet. Each step is a return. Each breath is a release. And for a few minutes, you're no longer someone trying to exercise, you're someone rediscovering your natural balance. The magic of Sampo has nothing to do with how far you walk, but how present you are in every movement. The Japanese may walk only 5 or 10 minutes, but they walk with full awareness. And in that awareness, legs feel lighter, the heartbeat steadier, the mind clearer. Many older adults in Japan say Sampo makes them feel like they are truly living, not just getting by. In today's world, where we often lose touch with the body's natural rhythm, Sampo reminds us of something powerful. Strength doesn't always come from speed or effort. Sometimes it comes from slowness and sensitivity. Just walk slowly, and you'll discover abilities you thought were long gone, inch smooth, and their minds sharp even at 80 or 90 years old. Science shows that after age 50, what truly takes away our strength isn't aging, it's inactivity. So instead of searching for quick fixes, start with the simplest things. Stand up, breathe, move your body. Right finger if you agree that age doesn't limit movement, habits do. Drop a 1 in the comments to begin your daily transformation. If Sampo is a gentle whisper between you and your body, then Radio Taiso is like a morning melody that wakes up every bit of life still resting inside you. Every day at 6:30 a.m. in Japan, when the familiar piano tune plays on national radio, millions of people, children, office workers, even 80-year-olds, stand up, stretch, and move in a rhythm that's unhurried yet full of energy. No pressure to be perfect. No expectation to get every move right. Just movement, simple and alive. Radio Taiso was created in 1928 to help an entire nation stay healthy during difficult times. But the remarkable thing is that even today, it remains a living part of Japanese culture. That alone shows that this routine is more than morning exercise. It is a daily ritual that gently but completely awakens the mind and body. The sequence of 13 movements is incredibly simple: arm circles, side bends, spine stretches, knee lifts, all paired with deep breathing. None of the movements require strength, yet they activate the body's natural lubrication system, the synovial fluid that keeps your knees, shoulders, hips, and spine smooth and flexible. Studies from Japan's Ministry of Health show that people who practice Radio Taiso daily reduce their risk of falling by up to 40% and maintain flexibility similar to someone 10 years younger. What's surprising is that Radio Taiso takes just over 3 minutes, too short for the excuse, "I don't have time," but long enough to wake up your entire body. When you stretch your arms, your spine lengthens. When you twist your waist, your core and back activate. When you lift your knees, your hips and leg joints warm up. Every movement is a reminder. Your body is still here, and it only needs a little attention to come alive. More than physical benefits, Radio Taiso brings inner harmony. Moving gently to a steady rhythm calms the heartbeat, lifts the mood, and sharpens focus. In Japanese parks at sunrise, you'll see groups of older adults smiling as they move to the music, not because they're trying to get fitter, but because that moment makes them feel connected to themselves, to their community, and to the new day. Radio Taiso doesn't demand anything complicated. No mats, no machines, no big space. You only need the room of an outstretched arm and a few minutes to let your body soften again. In a world where people chase intense, high-pressure workouts, Radio Taiso reminds us of something important. Sometimes, endurance is built through the gentlest movements. And sometimes, just 180 seconds is enough to wake up a body that seems to have slowed down with age. Some health tests require advanced machines, cold numbers, and long reports, but there are also tests so simple you can do them right in your living room, and they reveal more about your true health than any chart ever could. The one-leg balance test is one of them. For the Japanese, the ability to stand steady on one leg isn't just a small physical challenge. It's a deep reflection of neural strength, joint stability, and the clarity of the brain. When you lift one foot off the ground, your body begins making hundreds of tiny adjustments. The muscles around your ankle tighten. Your core gently activates, your spine stabilizes, and even the sensors in your inner ear start working to keep you upright. These subtle movements are controlled by the nervous system, and their smooth coordination is a powerful measure of your overall health. So when researchers at Fukuoka University found that people who can hold this position for 30 seconds have a far lower risk of falls and fractures, it wasn't surprising. Their bodies function like finely tuned balance machines. Balance seems like something only children or athletes need, but in reality, it's a life-saving skill, especially after age 50, when balance declines. Even simple tasks, putting on pants, stepping onto a curb, bending down, become harder and more dangerous. But when you retrain your balance, you don't just stand steadier, you restore coordination, improve motor memory, and reclaim confidence in every step you take. The beautiful part is this: you don't need to start at 30 seconds. Many older Japanese adults could only stand for a few seconds on their first try, and that was already a victory. You can stand near a wall or chair for safety. When your eyes fix on a point ahead and your breathing becomes steady, you'll feel your body adjust on its own. A few seconds of wobbling isn't failure. It's your nervous system waking up after a long sleep. With time, 5 seconds becomes 10, then 20, and every small step forward makes a real difference. An 81-year-old Japanese woman once shared that she could only hold the position for 5 seconds at first. But after 2 months of practice, she reached 45 seconds, and could finally put on her socks without sitting down. A tiny action, yes, but one that brought her a huge sense of freedom. The one-leg balance test doesn't measure muscle strength. It measures the connection between your body and your mind. And when that connection comes back, you begin to understand something powerful. The steadiness of the body is also the steadiness of the inner self. A simple movement, yet it can open the door to flexibility, confidence, and longevity. There are moments when your body feels tired and you don't know why. Your mind feels tense but you can't explain it. You sit down to rest, yet the fatigue doesn't fade. You lie down, but your thoughts keep running. This doesn't mean you're getting weaker. It simply means you've forgotten a skill that should feel instinctive, breathing the right way. The Japanese call this art hara, or centered breathing, a simple habit powerful enough to shift your entire biological state. In Japanese tradition, hara is not just a breathing technique. It's seen as the fire in the belly, the place where emotion, strength, and mental stability live. When you breathe deeply into your belly instead of shallowly into your chest, you activate the vagus nerve, the direct communication line between your brain, your heart, and your digestive system. And when this nerve turns on, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your body sends one clear message: peace. Hara breathing is simple, yet incredibly effective. Sit or stand with your back straight. Inhale softly through your nose for 4 seconds, letting your belly rise like a small balloon. Hold for 2 seconds, no forcing, just gently. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds, feeling the tension in your shoulders, neck, and chest flow out with the breath. Just a few rounds, and your heartbeat begins to change. Your mind becomes clearer. The surprising thing is that once you start breathing deeply, it's not just your breath that improves, your inner life shifts too. Many older adults in Japan say their hands feel warmer, their sleep becomes deeper, and their spirit feels lighter after a few weeks of practice. They call it the moment of return, the moment the breath pulls them away from worry and brings them back to themselves. Hara isn't something you count like a workout. It's a small ritual of awareness. You can practice it in the morning when the first sunlight enters your window, or at night before sleep. Just a few minutes, yet it opens a doorway between the body and the mind. In today's world, where so many people breathe fast, shallow, and under pressure, Hara reminds us that the body already holds a powerful tool for healing. When you learn to breathe slowly, deeply, and consciously, you're not just taking in more oxygen. You're guiding your body back to its natural state of calm. And sometimes, a single correct breath is enough to change an entire exhausted day. Among all the positions humans use every day, there is one that used to be completely natural, but has quietly faded away in modern life: the natural squat. Before chairs existed, before offices, even before we were taught the right way to sit in school, humans used this posture to rest, eat, work, and observe the world. In Japan, this posture is still very much alive, a bridge between the modern body and the primal movement wisdom we once owned. Squatting isn't a strength exercise. It's a full system reset for your muscles, joints, and skeleton. When you lower your body down, heels on the ground, back upright, weight evenly distributed, the body's biggest joints, hips, knees, and ankles, instantly activate. This synchronized activation makes the natural squat one of the most powerful restorative positions known to modern science. A study at Tokyo Metropolitan Hospital found that older adults who maintain a 30-second squat each day show clear improvements in lower spine flexibility, reduced muscle stiffness, better leg circulation, and even improved digestion. It makes perfect sense. When you squat, the abdominal area is gently compressed, stimulating blood flow and digestive activity, while the spine relaxes into its natural decompressed alignment. Many people think squatting is hard, because their knees or ankles feel stiff, but that stiffness happens precisely because the posture is rarely used. The Japanese maintain this ability simply because they continue practicing it from childhood. Sitting to drink tea, tending plants, cleaning the house, or simply resting for a few minutes. That's why many of them enter their 70s and 80s still able to stand up gracefully without using their hands. If you try squatting for the first time and feel wobbly or tight, that's perfectly normal. Your body is trying to remember something it once knew. You can stand near a wall or chair for support. Place your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, and turn your toes outward to help your hips open. As you lower down, let your breath guide you. Breathe steadily. Relax your shoulders, and allow your body to adjust. The first few seconds may feel challenging, but day by day, your hips and ankles will soften. The natural squat doesn't require long practice. Just 10 to 20 seconds a day is enough to restart the body's movement memory. What matters most isn't how deep you go or how long you stay, but the return to a natural ability that once belonged to you. The ability to rise, sit, and move with freedom and ease. In a world that makes us sit so much that we forget our natural postures, the squat becomes a reminder. The body does not age as quickly as we think. Give it a chance, and it will remember exactly how it was designed to move, strong, flexible, and full of life. Before starting any movement routine, the most important thing isn't how long you exercise or how many times you do it, it's how your body responds. The Japanese movements we've talked about, from Sampo to Radio Taiso to the natural squat, all share the same qualities: gentle, natural, and pressure-free. But even the simplest movements must be done with awareness and safety. If you feel sharp pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, stop immediately. Every body has its own history, its own limits, and respecting those limits is the foundation of real health. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with the practice that feels most comfortable to you. Even if it's just a few deep breaths or a slow, quiet walk, 5 to 10 minutes a day is more than enough to wake up your muscles, your joints, and your mind. For those with conditions like heart issues, high blood pressure, or joint problems, checking with a doctor is essential to make sure everything is appropriate and safe. And here is the most important message: your body has never abandoned you. With every breath, every step, every small movement, it is always trying to adapt and stay by your side. Age may change the pace, but it will never take away your ability to recover. As long as you keep moving, even slowly, your body will answer with flexibility, strength, and a deeper sense of being fully alive.